Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. It is Thursday. It's Thursday. So we've had a 2-day strike here. Tuesday and Wednesday. So the kids went to school on Monday. We're off yesterday and the day before, and they've just gone back to school today. And of course, it's World Book Day today. I probably should have filmed them this morning actually with their clothes on, but I forgot. I did take photos. I'll have to get some video of them later. It's all a bit of a mad panic in the morning. Actually, I say that, but actually it wasn't. It was quite relaxed this morning. Olivia got up early and did all their hair for me. It's brilliant. The older ones are just brilliant at stuff like this. They're really good. Olivia had everything planned, what she wanted to do in their hair. So they sorted out the costumes, what they were going to be the day before yesterday. This is why it's great having older ones, because they love doing stuff like this. So they went through all the dressing up stuff with them on Tuesday. So they all decided what they were going to be. Olivia decided what they were going to have in their hair. So she got up early this morning to do their hair for me, which was great. So that took that stress away from me. So we had all their costumes ready. I don't think that's ever happened. I think normally, obviously, when the older ones were younger, it would have just been me getting their stuff ready and getting them ready. And then kind of middly ages where some of them don't really want to dress up and stuff like that. So we probably had a few years where there wasn't much dressing up done. And now we're kind of back into the 3 younger ones wanting to do all the dressing up sort of stuff. Toby doesn't like dressing up. He's never liked dressing up ever. Even as a tiny one, he never liked dressing up. So he never dresses up, which is fine. Eva has gone. She has dressed up, but she didn't want photos or anything done, so that's fine. So yeah, it's been quite relaxed. Everyone's gone off to school. Baby is sleeping now. She was up at 4 o'clock this morning, so she was very, very tired. But I was trying to stretch her out as much as I could until the school run. But of course she went to sleep straight away because she's extremely tired. So yeah, we've got lots on today. Girls have got dancing this evening, so I have to make sure I get some shots of them in their whatever state they come home in, because it probably won't be the same state if they've gone to school in. And then obviously they've got ballet and disco tonight, and then Olivia's got a class as well tonight. So yeah, it's actually been quite relaxed the last couple of days, having everybody at home. I've kind of been on top of everything, and it's been quite relaxed. It's been quite nice. We went out for a walk yesterday to the park. Weather hasn't been too bad. It's quite cold. It's a bit windy this morning, but not really. So yeah, it's been quite nice. I'm going to go and get on with some jobs. I've got to do bathroom. I'll do Eva's bed this morning, and some bits in the lounge. So I'm going to go and get on with some jobs. Okay, so first job of the day, Eva's bed, done. Believe me, that's not as many squishmallows and teddies as she used to have. She's narrowed it down a bit because she couldn't fit in the bed. Bless her. I don't know about anybody else's kids, but my kids adore their teddy bears, as you can see from the squishmallows on everyone's beds. And I have yet, in my 18 years of parenting, to find a good solution for storing teddy bears. And I mean, we've tried lots of different things. So we've got a blanket box in here, like a big ottoman box, which has got all of Eva's other teddy bears. I've also got these zip up cubes in here, which have got the 3 little ones, teddy bears that aren't on their beds. And they are quite good actually, those like pop up, these pop up cubes, and I've put their names on them. they do actually fit quite a lot in them, and they're probably the best idea I've had. The only problem with them is they're right behind the door because there's not much storage in here, so they get bashed all the time, so they have ripped a little bit. But I mean, if they were in a place where they didn't get bashed all the time, they're good because you can open the fronts of them, so they can still get their teddies out quite easily, even though they're stacked up. Because I have had them in boxes. We tried like a hammocky thing, but that was just, there was too many. We had them in the cube unit at one point, in the canvas boxes. We've had them, but then obviously then they didn't have other space in their cube units for other things. We've tried lots and lots of different things. Obviously we don't have very much room in here, so it is always going to be a bit of a problem. But even when the older four used to have, I mean, they don't have them now, all their teddy bears are kind of washed and put in the loft in boxes, because they have a few that they like, but they don't have lots like they used to. But the nice thing was none of them really wanted to get rid of them, so I've washed them all up, and so they're all clean, and put them in boxes in the loft, which I thought was nice. They didn't, you know, we did go through them one time and they were like, no, actually I don't want to get rid of them. Then we got rid of about 4 and they were like, no, I want to keep them, which is really sweet. I like that. I like that, you know, because they've all got like sentimental value attached. Or we got that one, and they can all remember as well. Oh, we got that one when we were at such and such, or we got that one, you know, when we lived somewhere, and that's really nice. I like that. So yeah, they're all washed up and put in the loft. But for the little ones, we've tried so many different ways of keeping teddy bears, and I've seen those like the toy jails that you can get, which are like with the strings, and you put them like a unit with strings, and they're a brilliant idea, but we don't have space for them in here. If we did, that would be amazing. But probably the best thing we've got is these, because they are actually massive and they do fit in. Well, they've all got quite a lot of teddy bears each, the 3 little ones, and each one, they've got 1 each. It's just unfortunate that I have to move them all the time, and the door bashes them all the time because there's just not enough space in here. But if there was, they'd be a definite. I got them from Amazon. They'd be a definite, because they zip open at the top as well. It's like an advert for Amazon. I didn't get gifted them, I bought them. I just think they're really good. So yeah, job 1 done. On to my next job now, in the bathroom. Okay, so that's the bathroom done. Toilet I did earlier this morning because I had a spare 5 minutes, so I do the same thing in there. So I wipe round the bath, the sink, the windowsill. I mean, I know the bathroom is kind of aesthetically really poor, but there isn't much we can do about it. It is what it is, and we kind of just look past all of that. I've noticed that there's a lot of mould again, that's kind of grown within the last week, but it's constant. We have to just keep on top of it. It is just, you know, it's just rented military accommodation. Unfortunately, this is kind of the state that it gets into, and you keep it as clean as you can, but it's structurally not the best. But anyway, it's clean, and we know it's clean, so that's fine. So yeah, bath, toilet, sink, disinfect floors every morning, and then, like I've said before, then I give it a deep clean every sort of couple of months, where I just take everything out and completely blitz it, walls, ceiling, mould, although I do try and keep on top of the mould on a weekly basis as well. you know, towels get changed all the time, bath mats get changed once a week or whenever needed. So all of those sorts of things are done in the meantime. I do need to clean the drawers actually in there. I don't know how drawers inside get dusty, but we've got like plastic drawers in the bathroom, these. Just full of, you know, shampoos, conditioners, all those sorts of things. And how they get dusty inside, I don't know, but I do need to take them all out and give them a good clean as well. We've got them in the toilet as well for, you know, girly bits and stuff, of which there is lots. So yeah, that's second job done. Oh, sorry, just trying to pick up some of the washing off the floor, which has just fallen back on the floor because, you know, this is just washing. So yeah, second job done. Baby's still sleeping at the moment. Joseph is just chilling downstairs with Charlotte, and I am going to sort out the next load of washing, make a cup of coffee, and then get on with the lounge. I do still find myself, sorry, before I go back downstairs, because something just came to my mind, I do still find myself turning off all the lights. I do still find myself watching a little bit of watching what I'm saying, and kind of watching areas that I show people, which isn't what we're about. Obviously, our channel's always been based on honesty and just showing you what life is really like, because as much as I'd love to have a pristine house all of the time, there's 14 people living in my house and we haven't got much space. So, you know, what others might see as messy clothes is actually individual piles of people's things that they're kind of in the process of wearing, or have only worn for an hour and are going to wear later, because they don't have room to put it, like in their bedrooms over a chair or on their beds, because they don't have the space. So, but I still find myself kind of a little bit wary because of a certain nasty person who keeps getting hold of our videos and switching them around. And you know, we get original things like Sullivan's house is disgusting and stuff like that, and I need to snap myself out of that. I'm getting better at snapping myself out of that, but I do still find myself, because in the back of my mind I know that it's going to get flipped on me and put out, but you know, it is what it is. We can't stop certain things happening, so you know, we just show it like it is. But you know, it's I know it's one of those things, but I think the worst thing about it is when people that previously have followed you and liked your channel start believing what other people have put on, even though they followed you and they know what you're about and they know who you are, and they know, you know, that you've always been honest and discussed stuff and been honest about everything else. They suddenly start turning on you as well, and you think, hang on a minute, that's, you know, that's where it gets really kind of upsetting. I don't think it's necessarily the original troll, if you like. It's when it gets flipped and other people start believing it as well, and you think, you've always watched us, you've always followed us, and it's only a minority, and the rest of you guys are amazing, and you're always putting such lovely comments, and you've always backed us all the way, and that is why we keep going. That is, like I've said before, that is why we keep doing what we're doing, and that is why I keep snapping myself out of it and going, no, you know, our channel is all about being honest about our lives. And you know, if the house is messy in parts, it's messy in parts. The thing with our house is that there'll always be a tidy spot that I've just tidied, but the rest of it probably won't be very tidy. And most people live like that. You know, maybe some people do live in complete pristine houses all of the time. I don't know. But most people, you will find, even if they've got a beautiful home and they keep it as tidy as they can, especially if you've got children, there'll always be a spot that people don't want you to see. And, you know, I've always been like, I'm not going to hide it, because, I mean, number one, we live in military housing, which isn't the best. You know, our carpets are orange, and we've kind of got used to that over years. But it's a roof over our heads, and it's been a roof over our heads for the last 10 years. And as much as we've outgrown this house and we've had a lot of problems with this house, you know, mold and all those sorts of things, it's still been our home for the last 10 years. We've still, you know, brought our family up here. We've still had the babies here, the five youngest, 1, 2, 3, 4, five youngest have been, you know, brought home here. So it will always be it will always be our home. And as much as me and Ben are going, oh my God, this house isn't big enough, you know, we're tripping over each other and all that sort of stuff, for all of those times, we'll always look back and go, yeah, but the garden has been amazing, hasn't it? And there's a view out of the boys' room, which when we first moved here used to be the girls' room. The older two used to be in this room here, and the boys are in it now. But there's a view out of the side window that is probably one of the best views in Lossie. I think it, well, apart from if you live on Prospect Terrace, because they've got amazing views, but it's such a wonderful view because you look out that side window and it takes you straight down to the beach. So you can see right over the beach. So you see the sunrises, you see the sunsets, and it's just that little window, and I'll miss that little window. So as much as, you know, we have had problems with the house and we do, you know, moan that things haven't been fixed quick enough and all those sorts of things, that's just military life. Anybody's got the same complaints with military housing. But like I say, it has been our home for the last 10 years, and we will miss it when we leave. You know, I'll miss the garden's been amazing. It's such a big garden, and I think all the kids, I know that they're all on top of each other and they fight for space because we've only got one bathroom, but they will all miss it as well. They've all said, you know, we will miss being here, because obviously Toby was only 5 months when we moved here, so the rest of them were all quite small. I think Elizabeth would have been about, she's now 18, so she would have been 8. She's 18 this year, so she would have been 8 when we moved here. So she's lived most of her life in this house. So it holds a lot of memories. It holds a lot of problems, but you know, the carpet is threadbare and there's lots of things. The kitchen is so ancient, hasn't even got doors, but it's still our home, and you know, we've still made it what it is, and we've made it as homely as we can, and I will miss it when we go and when we finally find somewhere. I mean, we'd love to have, you know, the dream house with enough bedrooms for everybody, and you know, maybe 2 to a room instead of 4, and we'd love that kind of lovely house that we've always worked towards. And one day we'll get there, because you know, we firmly believe in what we're doing, and we're hard workers, and we will get there one day. We will fulfill that dream, because there's only one way of fulfilling your dreams, and that's to work hard and you know, never give up, never give up, no matter what is thrown in your way, no matter what people say to you, even when people laugh at you and, you know, think that you're stupid, or you know, you'll never make anything yourselves. Never give up, never ever give up, and you will get there one day. And we firmly believe that we will get where we want to be one day. And you know, this is what I always say to the children. It's not all about education. It's not, you know, school is great and education is great, but my faith in the education system, secondary education system up here especially, not so much primary but secondary, has, you know, really fallen by the wayside over the years. And I believe that you can make anything of yourself if you want to, regardless of your education. You know, if you work hard enough at something that you truly believe in. And that, this is what I say to the children, you know, if you truly believe in yourself and you truly believe in what you want to do, then you will make something of yourself. You will make it. You will do what it is that you want to do. You just have to have a dream and work hard enough. And I mean, how amazing to be able to work at something you love. They always say if you're working at something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And it's true, you know, it is true, and we will get there one day, and our dreams will all be fulfilled. And along the way there will have been hiccups. Along the way we would have had to put up with a lot of negativity and all those sorts of things, but you know, we come back fighting every time. We always have done. We've put up, you know, me and Ben have been together for lots of years, 20 years plus, and we always come out of everything stronger together, and our family always come out of everything stronger together, because we are a team, and that is how we work. So God, I've gone to a bit of a life lesson now, haven't I? It just came to my mind. I'm gonna go and make my coffee now. Okay, so that's second load of washing out, third load of washing in the machine, fourth load of washing ready to go on after. So I put most of the stuff I can out on the airers. Obviously I used to be able to get away with not using my tumble dryer so much, but it's winter, and although actually I do find that because we have the heating on some of the time, obviously in the winter it does help to dry the clothes, whereas in the summer the house stays quite cold and I can't always put it out on the line because of the seagulls for obvious reasons, and it doesn't always dry as quick in the summer, which is random, I know. So I do have to use my tumble dryer a little bit more now than I used to, not all the time, but like at the moment I might use it once a day, sometimes none, but I am using it sort of, baby's awake, probably once a day at the moment. So by the time my next load comes out, obviously my areas are full, but most of the stuff from the first load will be kind of touch dry, and that can then go in the tumble dryer for sort of half an hour, and then that'll be dry, and that gives enough space for the next load to go out. My fourth load is normally bedding and towels, and I normally hang them over the banisters, and quite a lot of the time other bits and pieces will be dry so that I can kind of just fit them in wherever. Sometimes I have to use a tumble dryer again, but I try, like I said before, I try not to use it. I try and use it for as little as possible, although at the moment our gas is costing us more than our electric. So it always used to be the other way around. It always used to be electric cost more, you know, you dreaded putting your immersion heater on or anything like that back in the day, whereas actually now gas is the one that's killing us more than electric. So our electric's quite relatively, I would say low, but it's not low, you know, it's the one that doesn't cost quite as much as the gas. The gas is just sky high. Anyway, another thing that I do is when, as you were seeing in the time lapse, when I take my washing out of the machine, I fold it all, just quickly fold it, just shake it and fold it, because if for any reason I can't get round to putting it out straight away, if I leave it in the basket all screwed up, it gets really creased. Whereas if I take it out and fold it, it's then okay for if I don't get it to putting it out for an hour or I have to leave it for whatever reason, it's folded so it won't add extra creases. I also hang stuff like jumpers and t-shirts, things that are going to go straight in the drawer. I hang them, like my jumpers and things like that. I hang them, number one, for space. See, these are really good areas because they've got the hangy bits on the end, and I've also got these over most of the doors, the wardrobe doors. I've got these as well, so I can hang extra things, because I don't like lots of washing hanging around the house. So most of it is in my room, some of it's on the landing, and then the kids have got those things on their wardrobe doors, the built-in wardrobe doors, just to hang shirts, bits and pieces that need to be on hangers, or stuff that I don't like ironing. I don't iron anything other than school uniform, so any way I can make things not creased is great for me. So like the boys' t-shirts go straight in the drawer, so I hang them first and then they don't crease up. And same with Ben's t-shirts, I hang his t-shirts over there, and then fold them and put them in the basket, so they all go folded away in there. I do need to do another folding video because people have been asking me, so I will do one at some point as well, but most of our stuff is folded in baskets. So yeah, fold it when I get it out of the washing machine, just quickly fold it so it doesn't crease, and then hang what I can, and the rest goes on airers. And things like this, so this has got these kind of bits which all crease up in the washing machine. I find if you pull them out while they're wet, then they don't all crumple up. You know, if things have got like little girls' clothes have like little flowers, embroidered flowers or whatever on, and when you just wash them, they just they all kind of just crumple up, don't they? If you just spend a minute just sort of pushing them out when they're wet out of the washing machine, they stay like that, and they'll just stay normal, which is nice on those, because if you don't do it, it all crumples up, whereas it looks just as good as it did when you bought it. So that's my little washing tips there. I'm gonna go get on with the lounge. Okay, so I'm kind of finished in the lounge. I was just wanting to do that bit. That side has kind of become the dumping ground for every lead, wire, thing, stuff over the past few weeks. And we still have birthday cards up. In fact, we've still got Christmas cards up in the hallway, hidden behind a load of stuff. But that's next week's to tackle. So yeah, I just wanted to clear the side, and there's still like Christmas presents. Some of the kids' stuff was still dumped behind the sofa that they haven't taken up to the rooms yet. So I just needed to kind of put all the cards away and or move them from that side at least. So I've cleaned it all. I've dusted it all. I don't. This house is it's probably because it's old and there's a lot of people living here, but it gets very, very dusty. And I hate dusting because it's just, as soon as you've done it, it comes back again. And I damp dust, so I use a fluffy duster, and then I just use, I don't like using polishes and stuff. I find that polish has always had a bit of a reaction with Olivia's asthma. So I've always used just a spray bottle with washing up liquid and water in it, which we use for cleaning the table and all those sorts of things. I have got antibac spray, which I use for like cleaning the kitchen sides and everything. But the spray bottle with washing up water and washing up liquid and water cleans a lot of the stuff in the house. So I do a lot of dusting, my main dusting with that. So I use a fluffy duster, and then I wipe down with spray and a microfiber cloth. But it just comes straight back again. And especially, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but like above the radiators and stuff, wherever the radiators are, it just seems to just create even more dust. And I've got one of those long pole things to go down the radiator, but it doesn't quite fit properly. And like I said, I don't like dusting. So anyway, that bit's done. I've got some cards that I need to sort out. I've got some things, Christmas presents and stuff that I'm putting in the cupboards because just stuff that the kids didn't necessarily want for Christmas or isn't going to get used. So I'll put them away and then put them in the, we have an MFR, our radio station, do a charity thing at Christmas where everybody, you can put in Christmas presents and stuff for children in the area, and every year they do the same thing. So if the kids get anything that they don't necessarily want, or they've got like one of already, or they're not going to use, and they get things, kits and stuff that they're just not gonna, isn't their sort of thing, or perfumes that they might not like or anything like that, I keep them to one side, and then I put them all in the charity bin at Christmas to be wrapped up. You know, they're good sets, brand new. You can give them to somebody else who might want them next Christmas. So I've got a bag full of that stuff that needs to go in the cupboard. I've got some other bits that needs, a bag of wires that Ben needs to sort out. Another bag of wires which will go in the cupboard under the stairs, with all the other bags of wires that one day we will sit and throw the wires away because they probably don't belong to anything that we have anymore. Ben will see this when he edits it. So we will go through that cupboard, but for now they're getting shoved in the cupboard. So right now I've finished that, I'm going to get on with some lunch for the little ones and for me and Charlotte. And then I'm gonna put the baby down for another nap. She's just been bumbling around. She's bumbling about now. She likes to bumble about and read the books play with the things on the floor, play with Joseph. They just like to bumble around the lounge, so that's fine by me. She can bumble as much as she likes, although I do think she's not going too far at the moment. She doesn't venture much out of the lounge, but soon enough she's quite fast now, soon enough, and she can pull herself up to stand as well, so she walks herself around the coffee table, which just gives me nightmares, because when Leah was, I know you can get the corner things for the coffee table. When Leah was small, she was jumping on the sofa, and she jumped off the sofa and hit the side of the coffee table and split her head open and needed stitches in her head. So it just gives me the fear every time she pulls herself up to stand that she's going to fall and smack her head. I kind of need to put like a whole bubble wrap around the coffee table, but it's okay because she's never unsupervised. But these things happen even when they're being supervised. They slip and they fall, and you know, she's still not totally steady yet, so you're constantly kind of waiting for her to. But anyway, it's not going to be long before we need stair gates again. We've got rid of all of our stair gates actually. Well, it's not going to be long until we need them back again. Oh no, we've got one on the kitchen, but that's mainly to keep the cat in at night. But yeah, it's not going to be long before we need stair gates on the stair again, which everyone's going to love. Anyway, I'm going to go and get on with some lunch, so I'll see you after. Okay, so lunch is done, and the afternoon, I've got to go and pick them up from school in a minute. I don't quite know where the time went. Washing's done, been doing some puzzles with Joseph and sorting out the last of these cards. Some of them have been hanging around in the lounge since October, waiting to be put away. So what I do with everybody's cards that go in their memory box, and I know a lot of people will say, why do you keep them? But I do, because I like keeping them, because they're sentimental and I'm sentimental, so I do. So what I do with them is I get MIDWEEK cards for the kids. So I keep the envelopes. I don't seal them, because if you've ever had MIDWEEK cards and sealed the envelope, they're like napalm to get undone. So I don't seal the envelopes. So I can keep the envelope and put all the cards in. So I put all the cards in that we're keeping. I don't always keep all the cards, but I keep quite a few of them. And then I just put a tag on them. So I just put whose they are, which birthday it is, and the date. And then they go in their card memory box, all in date order. And you can go back and look through right till, you know, from their birth cards, birth, christening, first Christmas. Or I tend not to keep so many Christmas cards now, but I do birthday cards, and I do the same for us as well. And if there isn't an envelope for any reason, like Ben's ones, then I'll just tie them in string and put a label on. So like I said, those ones have been hanging around since well, Olivia's birthday, which was October. So there's Olivia's from October, there's Noah's from December, there's the 4 girls from January, there's Ben's from January. So they've all just been kind of waiting in piles to be kind of labelled and brought upstairs. So I shall put them all away when I get a chance. I'm just going to put them in a bag for a minute and leave them over there. And then I'll put them away when I'm doing the bedroom in here. So yeah, that's kind of just what I do to label them, because if I didn't label them, they'd just be one big mess. And then they've all got these boxes as well, in a box like that, in them boxes for like any random cards that they get, like, you know, special Christmas cards or birthday cards, or not birthday cards, but any special cards that they get. Just one-off ones go in there. So yeah, I'm literally going to go and have a cup of coffee and sit with the baby for a bit, and Joseph, and then I'm going to go and get them from school. Okay, so we're home from school, and this is what I forgot to show you all this morning, what everyone went dressed up as. So Agnes, do you want to stand up? What are you?
Matilda.
Your hair did look a little bit neater this morning.
Amazing.
But you look lovely, don't you? Yeah. Have you had a good day?
Yeah.
Good. Right. Leah, sorry. Who are you?
Elsa from Frozen.
Let me stand up and show me your dress then. Very pretty. And show me your hair. It's a bit windswept now. Olivia did your hair in a French plait. And then, who are you?
I can't remember.
You're Hermione. Have you got your book and your wand? Yeah. Olivia did your hair this morning as well, didn't she? Very cool.
And she's got a Harry Potter book.
Did you all have a good day?
Yeah.
I was going to say
We got a book token.
You got a book token. Did you get a book token? Yeah. And you got a book token?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Was it in your book bag?
It'll probably be in your book bag.
No. Where was it?
Or maybe your teacher forgot to give it to you today. Joseph's just under a blanket over there.
Can I put my one?
Who are you, Eva?
Princess Diana.
She got the jumper.
I took the chocolate.
Okay, so that is World Book Day costumes 2023. They did look much neater and tidier this morning. They're a little bit windswept. Hair's gone a bit, socks all over the place.
When I was outside,
Yeah,
it was sweating hot.
Leah's a bit hot, so she wants to take her dress off.
No,
I wanted to show everybody how they looked before I took it off.
No, because
So-
outside,
Yes.
outside it was a lot warmer dress, and I put
Put
my
it out there.
jumper on when I put my jumper on inside, and then I went outside and it was hot.
Was it? So, yeah. Tell us what Joseph's doing under a blanket. I'll have to get him out in a minute. I think he's watching his iPad under a blanket. Eating a snack. I don't know. Right, so that's World Book Day costumes. I'm going to go do some snacks and some washing up. Right, so I've got Agnes in the back. Can't see her. There's Agnes. I've just dropped the twins off at their class. I'm going to shoot across and pick Elizabeth up from college because she kind of finishes about the same time on a Thursday, so it saves her having to catch the bus home. And then come back, drop Agnes off to her class, pick the twins up from their class. Yeah, that way around. Take the three little ones home and Elizabeth. Pick Olivia up, bring her back for her class, go and get some shopping while she's in her class. And then she finishes...
You mean me?
No, not you. And then she finishes at about 7:45, and then it'll be time to go home. So that's it, guys. That's the video. I'm going to finish it here because then I can I've got to be going around and taking people places and stuff like that. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to drop us a like and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and we will see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye. Say bye.